Katt Williams has the whole internet shook. And I'm excited about it because your boy is getting rich. Man, I'm getting more views than I ever got in my life in the last 2 days. And that's because I'm a terrible YouTuber. But to get back to the subject, Katt Williams has a lot of people in their feelings. Kevin Hart is in his feelings. Ice Cube got in his feelings. Cedric the Entertainer is in his feelings. Trick Daddy in his feelings. I mean, everybody in their feelings. But guess what? Somebody is really in their feelings. And that is Rickey Smiley. Rewind, Nemo! So Rickey Smiley is a talented church comedian. I think he's funny as hell because I grew up in the black church. But Rickey Smiley was also on Comic View back in the day. He did an excellent job. And after he was on Comic View, he had an opportunity to be in, I believe, Friday After Next or Next Friday. I believe it was Friday After Next, where he played the Santa Claus role. Now, Rickey Smiley did mention, I believe, Katt Williams on one of the Shannon Sharp interviews that he did. And I believe this is what he had to say.
You stole the show in Friday After Next. Yeah. How was that experience?
Why we go through this, man? We're brothers. I believe we related, but go ahead.
You were originally supposed to play Katt Williams' character.
Yes. And Katt Williams was supposed to play my character. And somebody said, no, we want you to play Mike.
The thieving ass Santa Claus.
Right, and then, yeah, because Katt Williams was going to be the Santa Claus.
Right.
And then, and they switched it over.
Now, of course, when he came after Katt Williams really cleared the air and dropped some serious receipts with these particular allegations.
Rickey Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike. And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now three quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Rickey Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know he.
Now, let's look at some other people who had problems with what Katt Williams said. People like Faison Love really reacted irrationally to what Katt Williams said. So he was making commentary like this.
So bad, I guess you left God and now you believe in chimps like this. Who's an actual chimp, and you're not listening to what he's saying. He's actually calling for help. He's calling for help. None of the he says lines up with nothing. He runs a Fort something sub. This is where he tells on himself. He took a tractor trailer after stopping in a tractor trailer lot, a truck stop.
And let's go back to Trick Daddy, who was making threats like this.
Katt Williams, your little ass get on the Sharp show and just get in your little bitch feeling. You said some shit about the Bernice Jenkins thing. I was a fan of the Bernice Jenkins before that movie ever came out. You said some slick about me in one of your stand-up, you was being sarcastic, saying that if Trick Daddy could own a restaurant, you could do anything. Well,
but that wasn't what Rickey Smiley did. Rickey Smiley addressed it a little bit on his show, and he addressed it like this.
And just for clarification, I went out to audition for Friday After Next as Money Mike, not the Santa Claus. And that is the honest God truth.
Then after doing all of that, I believe he made a post on social media saying, hey, he wishes Katt Williams all of the best. And that was it. Didn't come after him personally, didn't say anything about him personally. He kept it classy. But then today, this clip came out.
Hey man, can I get you anything? Can I get you water or something, man?
Oh, okay.
You doing okay? All right.
Yeah.
Can we give you a minute?
Thank you.
You sure? Okay.
Now, Rickey Smiley broke into tears. And of course, everybody is saying, well, Katt Williams put that pressure on him and now he's crying. But I just have a question for you guys. Is this the first time Rickey Smiley has cried on camera? Well, I got some clips to see if that is true. Let's check this out in his car.
It's an old couple in the car. They just drove off, but the man slammed on the brakes so damn hard, his wife's glasses came off, and ain't no more air in my lungs. I'm done for the day. Lord, you can take me now. It's been a good life. I am inconsolable. Funniest I've ever seen. The part that got me crying was when he slammed on the brakes. She looked over at him. They must have been riding for a long time because the back of her hair was mashed down. I can't do this.
Now that's Rickey Smiley crying, laughing. It was so funny, he started crying, right? When he saw those old people, and I believe her dentures or wig fell off, he was crying. But let's kind of go back to what is bothering Rickey Smiley. You see, Rickey Smiley, just 10 months ago, lost his son, Brandon Smiley. And his son was 32 years old. And he really loved his son. And do you know what happened to his son? His son overdosed on drugs. Now, I want you to think about this. Imagine you're somebody like Rickey Smiley. You worked all your life. You didn't have money. You were a young father. You grew up in the church. You know, you played the organ. You're from Alabama. You come all the way to Hollywood. You work yourself up to where you are right now. And everything for you becomes fairly easy now. You have money. You have fame. You know, you can do anything in the church economy. But there's one problem. Your son is on drugs and he can't beat being on drugs. But you're a Christian. You're a big time person in the church, and people look up to you because you're an example as a Christian. You're respectable and you seem like you have all the answers. But the one person that you wanted to influence that you couldn't influence was your son. And you get on your radio every day and people call you and they say, you know what, Rickey Smiley, because of you, I changed my life. You know how many emails I've gotten like that, where people are like, you know what, O'Shea, because of what you said, I was about to do X, Y, and Z. I thought about committing suicide or something like that. But you know what? You changed my life, man. Thank you for that content. Or thank you for the word that, you know, when I was broke and didn't have a job, it got me going. Now imagine somebody like Rickey Smiley, who's much bigger than me, has a much bigger audience than me. But for the person that you love the most, you had no impact on saving their life. Wouldn't it make you cry? I think that's what happened. You see, sometimes we always want to make fun of somebody and call somebody weak just because, you know, somebody roasted you. Look, Rickey Smiley is a comedian. People talk about him all the time. On the internet, you can't be a celebrity or somebody important without somebody talking about you or talking about your mother or calling you names. So I don't believe that what Katt Williams had to say about him played any real factor or bearing on his outburst today in crying. I believe that Rickey Smiley misses his son, Brandon Smiley, and he's still grieving. And what we need to do is stop making jokes about a man who just lost his son. And we need to try to keep encouraging the brother. Keep him in prayer if you're a Christian, or whatever you want to do if you're something else. But this is not about Katt Williams. How would you feel if you lost your son? I mean, there are people that I lost like 5 or 10 years ago, and if I think about it long enough, I'll start crying. And I might have to end the episode now so I don't start crying in this episode. But that's just how it happens. That's just how it is. You see, we're dealing with real life here. And people feel like because you got money or because you're rich, you don't have feelings. Listen, man, all these people have feelings. They all hurt. They cut and bleed just like the rest of us. So we need to be respectful about Rickey Smiley's situation, even if he did get roasted up by Katt Williams. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.